Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to discuss chapter 7 in our story Phantom of the Opera. In the previous chapter, when Carlotta cancelled her contract with the opera house and was immediately replaced by Christine, the talented young singer, who performed every night and spent her days with Raoul. It was clear that they were in love. Raoul and Christine sat at the roof of the opera house, and she told him about her story of sadness, as she thought that the voice was the angel of music that her father had sent him to her. And when she saw Raoul sitting between the audience, she told the voice all about Raoul, but the voice told her that he would return to heaven if she ever fell in love with a man. So she pretended that she had no interest in Raoul. She told Raoul that one night when the chandelier fell on the audience, she was crying. She heard the voice singing for her, and she felt as she was under a spell. The mirror opened. She found herself with a man in a mask. He is neither a genius nor an angel. He was Eric. He wanted her to stay for 5 days with him. Then he set her free. Raoul listened to Christine's story with a look of disbelief, and he asked her to go away with him. She told him that she will leave tomorrow evening after finishing singing. They heard a strange sound after this. It sounded like someone was crying out of pain. Christine took Raoul and led him down stairs. A man was wearing a long coat and pointed hat, pointed in the direction of the foyer. Christine obeyed his instruction. This man was called Persian. He was an Iranian man. No one knows him. No one knows where he is or who he is or why he spends all his time at the opera house. Christine and Raoul made their plans to run away together the following night. Then Raoul went home. Let's see what happened in chapter 7.
Chapter 7. Raoul spent the next day preparing for his journey with Christine. He organized the horses, the carriage, and the coachman. He packed suitcases and planned the route. At 9 o'clock that night, Raoul arrived at the opera house. He quickly walked to his private box and waited for the show to begin. Christine's singing was breathtaking, and Raoul sat with his chin in his hands, watching her every move. In the final act, Christine stretched out her arms and raised her head to sing to the angels.
Angel in heaven, my spirit belongs to you.
At that moment, the stage was plunged into darkness. A minute later, the lights came on again. But Christine had disappeared. The audience gasped. Some of the performers rushed onto the stage to look for Christine, but she was nowhere to be found. The curtain was lowered, and the stage manager came out to make an announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christine Daae has vanished.
So, in this page, in chapter 7, Raoul prepared for his journey with Christine. He packed the suitcases and planned the way. At 9 that night, Raoul arrived at the opera house. He was in his private box, waited. In the picture, he waited for Christine. He waited for the show to begin. Christine singing was amazing. Raoul sat watching her. In the final act, Christine sang for the angels to assist her. Then the stage became dark and Christine disappeared. No one found her. The stage manager announced that Christine Daae has vanished or disappeared. No one found her.
Raoul jumped up with a cry and quickly made his way downstairs. He was certain that Eric had found out about their plan to run away together. Eric had kidnapped Christine to take his revenge. The Count ran to Christine's dressing room and tried to push the mirror open, but it wouldn't budge.
Christine! Where are you?
Raoul shouted. At that same moment, Mifroid, the police commissioner, was knocking on the door of the manager's office. The door opened, and the commissioner stepped inside.
Is Christine Daae here?
The commissioner asked.
Here? No. Why would she be?
Asked Richard.
Because she disappeared in the middle of the performance, and we have to find her,
said the commissioner.
What? In the middle of the performance?
Richard exclaimed.
You did not know?
The commissioner asked, raising an eyebrow.
No, we've been locked up in here all night trying to catch up on some paperwork,
said Moncharmin.
This place does not run itself.
I see,
said the commissioner.
Anyway, she disappeared in the final act, in the prison scene, when she was calling to the angels to assist her. But I doubt she was carried off by an angel.
I'm sure she was.
The men turned round to face a pale and trembling young man. It was Raoul.
Sure she was what?
The commissioner asked.
Sure she was carried off by an angel,
said Raoul.
An angel? What are you saying, monsieur?
Asked the commissioner.
The angel of music took her,
said Raoul.
His name is Eric, and he lives in the cellars of the opera house.
How extraordinary,
said the commissioner as he turned to look at the managers.
Does an angel of music live here?
The managers shook their heads.
They know about the opera ghost,
said Raoul.
Well, I'm here to tell you that the opera ghost and the angel of music are one and the same.
Do you know what he's talking about?
The commissioner asked the managers.
Well, we do know about the opera ghost, but we have not heard of the angel of music,
said Richard.
Have you...
So Raoul went downstairs to look for Christine. He was sure that Eric knew about their plan to run away, and he had kidnapped Christine. He took her to take his revenge. He went to her dressing room and tried to push the mirror open, but it wouldn't move. At this time, Mifroid, the police commissioner, the head of the police or the government in this country, was knocking on the door of the manager's office. He asked about Christine Daae. Richard said no. Why would she be here? The commissioner told him that she disappeared in the middle of the performance. They had to find her. Richard and Moncharmin were surprised, so Moncharmin told him that they were working in their office. The commissioner told them that Christine disappeared in the final act in the prison scene when she was calling the angels to help her, and he doubted that she was carried off by an angel. Raoul appeared. He was pale and trembling. He assures what the commissioner said, that Christine was carried off by the angel of music. His name is Eric, and he lives in the cellar of the opera house. The commissioner asked the managers if the angel of music lived in the opera house. Raoul told him that they knew about the opera ghost, and he told them that the opera ghost and the angel of music are one and the same. Richard said that they knew only about the opera ghost and they didn't hear about the angel of music.
Have you people gone mad? Ghosts? Angels? Are you trying to make a fool of me?
Asked the commissioner.
I'm telling you the truth. The angel has Christine. I don't know where he's keeping her, but if we search the cellars, we'll find his house.
Said Raoul.
Enough.
Said the commissioner, holding up his hand.
We will do no such thing. I have to find a missing person, and I do not wish to listen to any more of your ghost stories, monsieur.
Raoul's eyes blazed with anger.
Fine!
He shouted.
Then I'll find Christine myself.
He rushed out of the office and slammed the door behind him. As he was walking down the passageway, a figure appeared in front of him.
"Where are you going in such a hurry, Monsieur de Chagny?"
Asked a voice. Raoul recognized the man's cap and clothing instantly. It was the Persian.
So the commissioner was surprised of what Raoul said, and the managers, they are talking about angels and ghosts. So he felt as if they made fun of him. But Raoul assured that the angel had Christine, and if they search the cellars, they will find his house and they will find Christine. The commissioner asked Raoul to stop talking about ghosts and angels, and Raoul became very angry. He hurried out of the office and he found a man in front of him. He knew him when he and Christine saw him before. He was the Persian, the man with long coat and pointed hat. So the Persian asked Raoul where he was going. So this is our chapter for today. Let's discuss some questions. Comment. I am here to tell you that the opera ghost and the angel of music are one and the same. Who said these words? These words were said by Raoul to the new managers and the commissioner. When Christine had disappeared, the commissioner came to the opera house to inspect the incident. And Raoul tried to explain that she was kidnapped or took by the ghost, but he didn't believe a word. The commissioner didn't believe Raoul when he talked about ghosts and angels. Answer the following questions. Eric had kidnapped Christine to take his revenge. Illustrate. Give examples. During the performance on the stage, Christine had been kidnapped. suddenly by Eric because he heard about their plan to run away together, and Christine would leave him for Raoul. Number 2. The police commissioner didn't believe Raoul's explanation of Christine's disappearance. Explain. Raoul told him that she was carried off by an angel, and he added that the ghost and the angel of music are one and the same. The commissioner couldn't believe him, and he said that they would search for her, and he didn't wish to listen to any word of his ghost stories. Please study this well. See you again in Chapter 8.